Four-time World Cup winners, a history of absolute tactical mastery, defending like their lives depended on it. For decades, the Italian national team was the final boss of international football. But today, they are laughing stock of the world. It all goes back to that one night in Berlin on July 9th, 2006, the exact moment when Zinedine Zidane planted his head into Marco Materazzi's chest. Something broke in the universe. Italy won the battle that night, but the curse of Zizou was born. And the stats don't lie. Since lifting that trophy in 2006, Italy has not won a single knockout game in World Cup. In fact, they can't even qualify anymore. Welcome back to Football Banter X. Before we dissect the greatest collapse in sports history, I just want to say a massive thank you. We just smashed that 2500 subscriber milestone. So hit the like button, share and subscribe. Now let's get into the absolute disaster that is the Italian Azzurri. Let's rewind to that 2006 final against France. I remember it vividly. I was a 15-year-old boy huddled around a TV late at night in the olden summer capital of Maharana Ranjit Singh jail in Himachal Pradesh. I was with Mo, my elder brother, and few of my cousins. We were all pretty young at that time. Almost all of us were backing France. We were all massive Zidane fans, and I personally, as people who know me know, that I started watching football because of Thierry Henry. But there was this one cousin who smugly said that Italy is gonna win because of their legendary defense. When Zidane chipped in that Panenka penalty off the crossbar early, man, that was peak football. It left all of us in absolute awe, even that cousin. But then Italy equalized and the match went into extra time. Then came the 110th minute. Exhaustion had set in. Materazzi was doing what Italian defenders do best, using dark arts. He was tugging at Zidane's shirt. Zidane sarcastically offered him the shirt after the match, but Materazzi dropped a deeply personal insult. I prefer your sister. We all know what happened next. Zidane stopped, turned, and planted his head right into Materazzi's chest. Watching it live, we couldn't believe it. Zidane, the legend, doing that. We saw the replays and actually laughed, thinking there's no way the ref dares to give legendary Zidane a red card in a World Cup final. But he did. It left us in absolute shock. France, down to 10 men without their best penalty taker, crumbled in the shootout. David Trezeguet hit the bar, Fabio Grosso scored the winner, and Italy were champions of the world. Usually, a player who does something so drastic to cost his team a final becomes enemy number one, but not Zidane. Everyone knew it had to be Materazzi's fault. And when finally the news broke about what he had said to Zidane, Materazzi became public enemy number one all over the world. We hated him. Even to this day, whenever his name comes up, it's completely marred by that one single incident. Zidane retired a legend, while Materazzi infamously went into the history books as the ultimate antagonist. And poetically, this is exactly what has happened to Italian football. They won the trophy, but they inherited a curse. And the Federazione Italiano Gioco Calcio, the FIGC, don't mind my Italian, made their first fatal mistake. They got complacent. The 2006 win was a smokescreen. It had massive structural cracks in Italian football. When Marcello Lippi brought the squad to South Africa in 2010, it was basically a retirement home tour. The average age of the squad was nearly 29. Cannavaro was 36. They were drawn against Paraguay, New Zealand and Slovakia. It should have been a walk in the park, but instead it was a horror show. They drew 1-1 with absolute minnows New Zealand at that time, and in a must-win game against Slovakia, they got dismantled 3-2. Dead last in the group, 0 wins. Lippi later admitted he brought a team with terror in its heart. Fast forward to 2014 in Brazil, different manager, same disaster. They need a draw against Uruguay to advance, but in the 59th minute, Marchisio gets a straight red card. Then in the 79th minute, absolute madness. Luis Suarez turns into a vampire and literally bites Giorgio Chiellini's shoulder. The ref completely missed it. Italy lost their heads, and 2 minutes later, Diego Godin heads in the winner, and Italy eliminated in the group stages again. If 2010 and 2014 were embarrassing, what happened over the next decade is a historically unprecedented disaster. To break down how exactly bad this era of exile has been, let's look at the timeline. It all starts with Russia 2018, the apocalypse. Managed by Gian Piero Ventura, Italy is forced into a playoff against Sweden. They lost 1-0 on aggregate. It's the first time in 60 years that Italy have not qualified for the World Cup. Buffon weeping on live TV becomes a symbol of a broken nation. But then in Euros 2020, Roberto Mancini takes over, brings in a 4-3-3 high press system. Italy wins the Euros, but as the analysts noted, this was just a rule confirming anomaly, a painkiller that masked the rot. Qatar 2022, Italy reverted back to form. Jorginho missed crucial penalties in qualifying, relegated to a single-leg playoff against North Macedonia, who were 67th in the world. Italy in that match had 32 shots against North Macedonia's only 4. In the 92nd minute, Trakowski knocks Italy out with the winner. North America 2026, the tournament expanded to 48 teams, making it impossible for elite teams to miss out. Yet, Italy has managed it. In a hostile playoff final on 31st March 2026 against Bosnia, Alessandro Bastoni gets a straight red card in the 41st minute. Bosnia levels the game, it goes to penalties, Italy choked again, lost 4-1. By the time the 2030 World Cup rolls around, it will have been 24 years since Italy won a knockout match. A whole generation of Italian kids has grown up never seeing their country matter on the global stage. So is it just the curse of Zizou? No, it's institutional arrogance. Remember, I said they became complacent? Well, in 2011, Italian legend Roberto Baggio spent a year writing 900-page diagnostic report to fix the youth system. He wanted regional training centers and a focus on technical skills over tactical rigidity. How did the FIGC respond? They dismissed his 900-page masterpiece in a 20-minute meeting. Baggio resigned in disgust. They refused to adapt, and now they are paying the price. Let's look at the systematic rot that Baggio tried to warn them about. The Serie A paradox. In 2025-2026 season, a staggering 68.5% of the players in Italy's top flight were non-Italian. Managers are terrified of getting fired, so they refuse to play domestic 18-year-olds, opting for older foreign players instead. And the Italian young talents are forced out of Italy just to get some playing minutes. The second point he brought out was the infrastructural decay. Outside of Juventus and Atlanta, all other Italian clubs play in crumbling municipality-owned stadiums built in the 1990 for the World Cup. And any other new stadiums aren't getting built because of the bureaucracy. The Premier League makes billions, while Serie A is losing 300 million each season due to illegal piracy broadcasting. Missing the 2026 World Cup alone will cost the FIGC 90 million euros in advertising and also 10 million euros in FIFA fee. It even knocks 0.25% of Italy's national GDP. There was a time when Italy wasn't just a national powerhouse. Serie A was the undisputed greatest league in the world. I mean, think about the absolute icons who played there. Diego Maradona achieving god-like status at Napoli. Michel Platini dominating at Juventus. R9, the original Ronaldo, tearing up defenses at Inter Milan. And obviously we know all about the legendary defenders like Nesta, Maldini, Cannavaro, and the man himself, Zinedine Zidane, running the show in Turin. That 2006 World Cup final in Berlin wasn't just a trophy win. Looking back, it was a grand finale of Italian football's golden era. The exact moment Zidane's head connected with Materazzi's chest, the clock stopped. Italy won the battle that night, but they lost the war for the future. The ghosts of Berlin are going to keep haunting them until they completely overhaul the system. So, what do you think, guys? Is Italian football dead for good, or can they make a comeback in 2030? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.